Test. There we go. What's up, everybody? It's been a while. Let me know if you can hear me okay. This YouTube studio thing is such a mess. I thought I was going to get on and make it smooth, but it's just being annoying. I hope y'all can see this. Getting a quick shot here of Jupiter and Venus before they set. I'm going to try and get us a quick shot of the moon. The moon is at like, what is it, 2% illuminated right now? It might not be possible to even get that shot. What is it? Exactly, 2% right now. So the moon is just there. I think it's behind the trees, but quick shot of Jupiter. I'll be going back to Venus in a second, and then Saturn we got for the next hour or so. Hope everybody's doing great. It's been a bit, but the break was nice. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving or whatever holiday you're celebrating today or tomorrow. I'll go through the chat real quick. What's up, Tom? I think you're first in this stream, that's for sure. Mass Bishop third. What's happening? Tony Salamoni and Kimmy. And who else? And Joe, what's going on? Happy Honey Big Bear, what's up? Mark Rowe, how you doing? All right. So give me a quick shout and a sound check and video check. This is the first time I'm using this YouTube dashboard. And I think the voice is okay. It sounds a little metallic. But anyway, there we go. That's a little bit better. Cool. So that's a bit of Jupiter about to set, and let's see some more Venus and some tracks. It's a new mix of this track, this song right here. see that's jamming. Come on, spark that flame. Oh, so healing, it's all backbeat at the driving. But do they run and touch your feelings? It's so meaning to drowning. And if you leave it on the table, you know they'll tell you there's no way to go. But here's what we could. What else can I do? I hate the light on for you. What else can I do? I pour my heart out for you. What else can I do? I let the light on for you. What else can I do? What's up, everybody? Thanks so much for hanging out. Just settling in finally. Man, 2 weeks off makes me a bit rocky. It's all good. So I got the trifecta of planets. Just holding here on Jupiter because Jupiter's the first to set tonight. You can't even see the moons. It's being blocked by the palm trees. But the moon is supposed to be a little bit lower than Jupiter right now. Few degrees, and I'm kind of going to try and spot it. But either way, starting the moon cycle right. If we don't get it tonight, we'll definitely get one tomorrow. And just want to give a shout out to my peeps. Who else is joining us? Light Moon, what's happening? And Timothy Martin and Amethyst Crystal, what's going on? So yeah, we'll watch Jupiter for a little bit, back to Venus, then Saturn, and then in I think it's at 7 o'clock, Hubble should pass by, or at least a couple of different satellites be passing tonight, so I'm gonna try and capture that. And we got a 2% moon just about to set, so I'm gonna go try and get that, and we'll throw on a track here. Thanks, Kenny. chat. Here we go. So the moon is going to set. Really not a chance to see it. I have just too many trees in the way. So we'll have to wait tomorrow for some Luna. No big deal. Got a killer shot here of Venus. And like I was saying in the chat, I haven't caught a shot of Venus in so long. It's been over a year at least. So this is a mighty nice clear shot, and I'm going to zoom in so we can see a little bit of the kind of incandescence of Venus. Of course, in the electric universe view, Venus is a comet still, and honestly could have created what we know or perceive as consciousness today, or some of the catastrophism that we experienced in the near distant past, or if you're traveling backwards in the future. Yeah, Jupiter moves real fast. Right now they're just cruising along. So let me zoom in here before I miss the view. What up, everybody new? What up, Meredith? Haven't seen you before, but welcome. Shout outs to everybody, regular OG spacers. Good to be back. Yo, thanks for the warm welcome back, everybody. What up there, Scott Wagner? Thanks for the nice words. Again, happy Thanksgiving, or happy Giving Back Day, or Friendsgiving, whatever y'all are celebrating. Even if it's just a day off. Hope everybody stuffs their faces and drinks some nice, and smokes some nice. Damn, it's going quick tonight. This is the one night that I'm just like, hey, I'd love to cut down that palm tree. But it's such a nice palm. More tunes. Also, let me know if something's happening with the stream. So I'm using the new YouTube studio tonight for the first time, and it's really annoying, to be honest, interface-wise, but they force you to do it. So it went live before I wanted to go live earlier, and I didn't even have the whole preview set up. So OBS looks like it's green, like no dropped frames, but then YouTube Studio is telling me that the bitrate is wrong. So if y'all can hit 4K and give me a thumbs up on the audio-video quality. If it's working okay, I'm not going to bother changing it. I'll test it again tomorrow. It's going to be a quick stream tonight. just getting back into the game, and then hopefully gonna stream this moon cycle again as many nights as I can. So funny how last month was so bent on this Mercury transit of the sun and got really sick that day. And then the night of, I did the full moon, that was the last stream, the 11/11 stream. And then the weather changed and I got really busy, then I had to travel. And then the weather was bad when I got back. And then I was kind of like, damn, it's been like 2 weeks. Maybe it's nice to take a break. So it's been a good while away, ready to do it up. What's going on, Buttercup, and everybody hanging out? I'm gonna quickly peek outside, see what's going on, because I want to keep an eye out for satellites tonight. I feel like a bunch of things are gonna pass by. Let's see if I can't get something fun, and we'll head over to Saturn as well. Let me know if you have any questions or any thoughts. I know some of y'all heard me on the Electric View on Sunday. That was a really fun show. I was talking about some concepts, but right now I'm just kind of making sure the stream is going well, so my mind is all in that. If you have any thoughts, let me know. All right, and tell me what it's like with y'all. Have you been well? You feeling good tonight? And what's the weather like? Are you seeing this in real time? Because it's really, really pretty. Brooklyn, how's it going? And a warm welcome to Meredith. Welcome to our first timer. Please feel free to ask questions. Take a look at the description of the video for more information. Check out playlists that I've archived. The channel's been around for a while. And yeah, have some fun. All relaxed here. We're seeing Mighty Morphin Venus right now because there's a palm leaf in its way and it's diffracting the light. Nothing to be worried about. Venus is not losing its mind, but really glowing so brightly, incandescent even. A great visual corroboration of Velikovsky's hypothesis. For y'all who don't know, of course, I talk about the electric universe and plasma cosmogony on this channel, and one of the key pieces to understanding why space is electric and how it came to be is Venus, really. It's this anomalistic planetary object, or comet rather, that is really much younger than it really should be in our universe in current pop science, pop cosmogony, and it's also much, much hotter and more active than expected in this kind of ancient universe of Big Bang cosmogony. So Velikovsky, Emmanuel Velikovsky, postulated that Venus was going to be literally glowing and hyperactive because it's still kind of firing plasma and energy from its recent catastrophic past. And so we see it here glowing way more brightly than Jupiter even in the sky, given that it's much, much tinier. And you can see the fringing on it, because literally it's so blown out that it's pushing the boundaries of the light. Even when you see Venus high up in the sky, it fringes. Just getting my mind back in here. What's going on, Ellie Wynn? Nice to see you. It's been a while. So in some of the stories, Venus was ejected from one of the gas giants and wreaked havoc in our solar system, ultimately residing in this polar configuration, and had many planetary interactions with Mars, or Ares, where Mars was in front of Venus, protecting us from the wrath, the plasma wrath. And so Venus is representative of Inanna and Ishtar, the morning star, likely even Lucifer. There's nothing to be afraid of, as David Talbot would say, but that's if you can live with the fact that devastation and destruction is natural. So we live with this fantastical object, this manifestation of energy that somehow lets us live, or that we allow ourselves to live with. But at some point, Venus must have wreaked incredible havoc on human beings. And the story goes that Venus is almost like the Medusa figure in Clash of the Titans. So this multi-threaded plasma head raining down just, thunderbolts of the gods on humankind, potentially even turning people to stone while other humans watch them turn to stone. So the immense power of the electric comet is a truly deep and identifiable, observable phenomenon in our universe. Another great day to validate Velikovsky. All right, I'm gonna take a quick look outside. Welcome to everyone just joining. Let's get some energy up in this stream. How about going back to the archives? Let's see. really, I don't like to complain about these things because I feel like we already have such amazing technology that like, I'm saying like a lot tonight. Let me try that again. So I feel like we have amazing technology, and complaining about tiny features in that technology that are not great is kind of spoiled. However, I really have to say that YouTube Studio is just not great. I don't want dark mode, but I can't switch it because dark mode's really difficult on the eyes right now. So I just see the chat room is just like awash in just texture. I can't even read anything. And then you can't get emojis and pop-out chat. And what else is bad about it? Those are two small bad things that I hope they fix, as well as this kind of bitrate issue, because OBS looks like it's doing fine. Maybe I'll just have to test that. ScrewTube. What's going on? Trevor, Albin, how's it going? Welcome. What's my magnification? This is the 8-inch with the Sony a6 IV, and I've got the focal reducer in, so it's the widest shot right now. It's pretty wide, and it's 2x magnified. And the reason I want that is because if there's a flyby or a satellite, it's much easier to capture with the focal reducer. So it's f6.3 on the 8-inch scope. Right now, it's getting a lot of diffraction patterns because we're looking at Venus through the palm trees. And hopefully there's a tiny little pocket I see where Venus will clear up and we'll see a full nice shot of it, and then I'll zoom in a bit more. Exactly, magnification is 11. What was that? I don't even know where that came from. Yeah, let me see if I can channel Nigel. You know, but you could have just made the loudest 10. Yeah, but it's, man, I can barely hear. What is it? I'm distracted. Right, but if this amp goes to 11, I can't do it well. Usually my British accent's on point, or my Scottish. Yeah, I'm probably gonna spoil everything, so let me shut the hell up and play some tunes, because that speaks well for my skill. Loopy before dinner. Anyway, good to be back in the saddle. I'm always excited to do space and play some tunes. And I'll practice my Nigel Tufnell. Alright, Venus is now, I think, disappeared. So let's see if we can see some Saturn. Get some jams. Got a little bit of Saturn here, looking pretty orange. I think it's due to the haze right now. Really interesting weather patterns lately with the shift to cooler weather. Welcome Genghis Khan, what's happening? And anybody else joining us now? I'm checking Stellarium here for some flybys. 6:33. Oh wait, that's something. Alright, I think I'm going to do something real quick. My alignment is really off, and I feel like it's drifting so hardcore. We'll get Saturn for a little bit longer, so I'm going to realign. That'll take me a second. But yeah, I'm looking at Stellarium. I don't see much passing by. I feel like there's Hubble coming through soon. See if I can't get it, but it looks like it might be out of view. Oh. What's going on, Nathan Oakley? Welcome. All right, back on a couple. Let me get this moving. How do you know me?
Feel what you feel, you got to know when to speak. Better believe me, this is what you seek. Love what you know, you got to learn how not to fall. Better believe it, want to tell you all. Think what you want, but I can listen to the
Sweet. All right. Took a second to get back. It's also not perfect. I think I might do one more alignment while we're grooving here. But it looks pretty nice. Got rid of the focal reducer. This is just cam to scope. Let's watch Kronos for a little while.
I was stolen by the rock star. Don't know what they're killing for. Staring up at the familiar lights, enormous. Don't make me pay. Of course, don't wanna live another day. Of course, what does it all mean? Is it all just one bad dream? I'm trying to forget, knocking my lips to break them apart. You're down into orbit, sparkling tricks to sweeten the spark. Dying to forget, eyes know the world, don't let it go cold. Stuck in this orbit, sinking the coiling, darling, just break my heart anymore. I can't take it. I believe it after. Oh, I can't take it. Where does this feeling come from? Where do I get the right to ask such outrageous questions? Where does this feeling get me? How do I know it's right to ask such crazy questions? Where will this feeling get me? Oh, where will this feeling get me? Now I know I have the right to ask those outrageous questions. But I'm trying to forgive, knocking those lips to break them apart. I'm trying to orbit, sparkling tricks to sweeten the spark. Dying to forgive, eyes know the world, just let it go. Stuck in this orbit, stuck in the coiling, darling, just break my heart anymore.
All right, y'all. Just need to do a line. So I went over to Fomalhaut, I think. It's a really bright star and right in the south for me. So I was able to do a double align with Saturn. I think it's a bit more steady. So I'll stay here for a moment and then we'll go back over to Saturn.
Find its way into the hard dry stone. Bring the wine, tarry the time until the
Twilight of God, your web fits, and just with like cool chicks, just with cool chicks. Their minds and television for lips, something wild, separate web, sin wild, sleeping out, look at the walls, it's a bit of touch, look at the wall, it's a punk, get it, good, get it, good, get it, good, get it, good, get it, to the eyes, the night is on, find its way into
This goes out to you. You know who you are. So I'm gonna go get myself a drink real quick and keep an eye out for Hubble. Just relaxing with y'all for a little bit longer.
I left home at 17. Couldn't tell you if I was living a dream. What could I do? For a while I played the field. How could I prove the hidden yield?
What's up, everybody? What's up, Michael Wise? Still working, almost ready to go home. I'm still streaming, ready to go eat. Although I just had literally a berry, and I realized that the berries underneath the berry were moldy. So I just ate mold. Makes you stronger. At least I got a coffee, and I got some Saturn to console. I hope you all are feeling okay. Going a little bit longer here. And I don't see any sign of Hubble, and I actually have a ton of haze, but at least Saturn is clear. Like I said in the chat, I'm reading, I pulled up a few articles called, let's see, I culled a few here. But it feels so stagnant, as I said. It's just like things are not really moving. Lots of articles about how, let's see, India admits the moonlander crashed, cites problems with braking thrusters. And then you got NASA asteroid warning, space rocks to cause severe damage. Ooh, paranoia in the city. Let's see, why astronomers worry about the brightness of SpaceX's Starlink satellite mega constellation. I agree. At least finally they're talking about it, but nothing's going to happen. Still going to launch all the Starlink satellites, which is going to suck. Let's see. What else we got? So no moon missions, basically. Almost 2020, and still off in the far future. Exactly, fungi is good. I definitely have garlic. I don't know, I've eaten mold before, it's not a big deal. And honestly, eating cheese and bread most of the time, it's like right on the verge of mold. Tinfoil hat. That's just really a quick way to brush aside what truly happens. But, you know, when you control the story, you can make people believe what you want them to believe. Point is, technology trickles down, and if people don't demand higher level technology, the businesses will keep producing low level technology perpetually. So it's more about a psychological awareness of what's possible, and I think a positive approach to asking for what you want instead of complaining. I'm not even sure where you're coming from on the tinfoil hat amethyst crystal, but I love discussions like that. But quickly jumping to conclusions about anything by saying, oh, that's stupid, is just as stupid as saying it, if you'll forgive. So you can think it's tinfoil hat, but there's definitely business at work in terms of space. And if people really want to leave Earth and get to the moon, they're going to have to ask for it. And they're going to have to be specific about it. So if everyone gets pretty excited about satellites and reversible rockets and Cybertrucks, and they don't ask to go to the moon, there's no pushing to go to the moon. I don't think that's tinfoil hat or conspiracy theory at all. And to be fair, conspiracies happen all the time. So I think tinfoil hat is just a very quick way to brush aside important discussions, you know? All right, tunes. so now the conversation's going. So, what up, Jared? Welcome. It says truth don't always align with facts. That is and isn't true. Duplicate for all mankind has been pretty good for getting my imaginary moon fix on. Amethyst says, I meant the craziest will go mad with the facts. That's true in some contexts. I don't know. I love tinfoil hats, and I love non-tinfoil hat theories as well. Both are experiential and fun to dive into. Certain ones are not. You know what I talk about on this show, or as you watch, you'll see there are certain topics I don't really relate to at all. But I definitely think that government is business and not government, and the media is business and not the news. And so I think there's a really important distinction to be made. So when people tell me the news are facts or movies are facts, these are determined facts to sell to an audience. And it's a really big difference between what is and isn't real. But, you know, that's just for certain people. Not everyone has to agree. In fact, people definitely have to disagree. So Duplicate watching For All Mankind, I watched a little bit of that, but every time I see things like that, I'm like, why don't they spend the same money on an actual moon mission? I say the same thing about the Cybertruck and the Starlink satellite system and anything that Amazon is doing. Nobody asks. Everyone says, oh, that's amazing. Wow, Amazon has drones and Elon Musk has a truck and nobody demands to go to the moon, so none of these companies do it. But we have to deal with literally just tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars going into and out of fantasy versions of going to the moon. Things like Transformers, Fast and Furious, all these series are just so much less interesting than actually going into space. You have to watch these trite characters come up with just personas that are extremely uncool and pretend to go to the moon instead of actually taking all that money and actually going to the moon. Yo, what's going on, David Schmidt? And everybody joining. What's going on, Amal Joshi? How's it going? And everybody, let me know if I missed you. A pleasant holiday evening to everyone. We got Kronos going for a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna go get some dinner myself.
You don't have to say a word. You can love other people.
Thanks for the agreement on that point. I mean, I know I sound kind of like jaded and cynical about new technology and movies, but we've had so many great movies and so much CGI, which it's not bad, but I think really 21 Marvel movies and like 20 more to come, and then all these streaming platforms with Disney and all this stuff. You know, they have the right to be a business, you know, of course, but the public watches all this stuff, so they keep making it. And even though the public don't specifically say, "Oh, give me a reboot of The Lion King," I don't think people really ask for that. So there is a form of the media that is basically imposed. So imposed media creates headlines that say people want reboots or people hate reboots. And then people look at the media and they're like, "Oh, the media is commenting on this phenomenon." But in fact, they work together to create this illusion that they're not working together. And so if people really just stopped watching these movies and stopped streaming these particular shows, they would cease to exist, or they would have to be phased out. But instead, people keep feeding them. So you see, like, most of the YouTube channels who are space-oriented, who have hundreds of thousands of views, all of them think that Elon Musk is the greatest person, that everything is on the up and up in terms of agency. And what I mean by that is that everything that NASA does is public and what they say is true, and I don't think that's the case. At least 50% of what businesses like that do is hide what they're working on for whatever reason. So anyway, point is, Hollywood is fine making money, but this idea that I have to, year after year, deal with this idea that we somehow have a very stagnant space program, yet we have incredible amounts of funding going into the silliest, most banal projects, things that we've already rehashed to death. And one further point is that this is me working on not generalizing. So people I have spoken to about this will tell me, well, why go to the moon? Or where's the money in that? Or people are disinterested. But I would venture to say that if we really had a moon mission that was public, with 12 people involved of all around the world, men, women, everyone in between is able to go to the moon, and we have a real public space program, that it would create an entire business vertical where you'd have a whole ton of new jobs. You'd have tech jobs, you'd have electrical engineer jobs, you'd have entirely new fields that are created, and you'll have all the marketing and branding and movies that you want to make about the actual space program. Instead, it's really 95-5 in favor of fake, that's actually a word I don't want to use lightly, in terms of like things like Thor, reinterpretations of really ultimately Electric Universe catastrophism. But they really remake these movies like Thor, and the writers, the directors, whoever produces these movies, they might not have a nefarious angle to it, but they definitely distort and really confuse people on our recent history of planetary cosmogony and interaction with astronomical events. So yeah, I think it would be really interesting. And I don't think it's going to happen really with government, because the government doesn't want to get these programs off the ground. But it might happen with private industry. However, you see all these three monolithic businesses and Mark Zuckerberg don't really want to go to the moon because they're just not doing it. They're doing everything but. So there's something going on there. It would be fun to see what happens, maybe in this existence, and maybe not. Yo, Miguel, what's happening? Welcome, welcome. Mark Rowe, you calling me a conspiracy theorist? I'm totally okay with that. Totally fine with that, Morty. All right, I'm gonna stretch the legs, take a look outside. All right, y'all. Damn, my phone was blown up. I had so many messages. Cool, so Saturn is about to set. I'm getting hungry. Just reading some of these last comments over here. Asking questions is good. TBS radio, heck yeah. Tony Salamone says, I think we were told to stay off the moon by the local population of clown aliens, dentist clowns. Ultimately, yes, my viewpoint for me is just about having conviction with what you believe in and living this life the way you want to, with as little harm as possible. At least that's my vantage point. But I know a lot of people live with harm as their priority, and those people, I guess, they have to exist in order for pleasure to exist. So the world of balance and holism is pretty much where I'm at right now. And that world exists, coexists. You have conspiracies and non-conspiracies that coexist. Good lucre, Ellie Wynn. All right, everybody. I'm gonna ride this one out, go get some food, answer all these messages, and I will catch y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow maybe late. I think I'm gonna do a dinner or something. I'll make some food. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll do some M42 tomorrow around 11. But I really am gonna try and get a quick shot at the moon before dinner tomorrow. So stay tuned. Let's say, what is it, like 6 p.m. Eastern. That's what Stellarium says. I appreciate all of y'all for existing and hanging out on my chat and interacting and keeping the vibe cool. That's what we need. We can complain a lot and then also replace the negative with the positive. You can win if you want to. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. I'll catch you real soon. Peace.
You're my friend and that's our code of arms. It's the end, so let's just play the odds.